Hello beautiful beings, I hope everybody is doing well out there. I wanted to come to you today to talk about anxiety. Now this has been a huge thing lately for so many, and especially for those who experience anxiety anyway. It's brought up a lot, and it definitely brought up a lot for me this time. And it did bring up anxiety. It is something that I've experienced on and off throughout my life. But as lots of you will know, I sing and I dance and I'm a holistic therapist. So you'll see me coming to you in sort of maybe different versions of myself, but I love to really embody each expression and each art that I do to its fullest. So yeah, you'll probably think that, you know, what's she doing now? She's a totally different person, but that's how I embody my art. So yeah, but I'm coming to you today to talk about anxiety because it has been a massive thing recently. And for me, having a sprained foot throughout the entirety of the lockdown, all my anxiety came up because that is one of the modalities that I use to keep things like anxiety and, you know, running away with your thoughts, to keep that at bay, because dance is one of the fastest ways to get out of your head and be present in your body. So for me, not being able to do that over the lockdown was a real challenge, and it brought up a lot of stuff. And I'm sure lots of you will resonate with how much stuff we've been faced with, you know, ourselves. And sometimes that can be very unnerving, especially for those who have not faced themselves before. So yeah, I just want to reach out to those people and to everyone, whoever, you know, this is going to reach whoever it needs to. But I just wanted to talk about some things to think about and to give you some exercises and ideas with how to deal with anxiety if you're still experiencing it, or just to, you know, to get to the root of this anxiety. Because really, when we're healing, that's what we want to do, right? We want to get to the root so we don't have to keep coming back to this. We want to move forward in life. You know, we are here to shine, we're here to rise and be the biggest and best versions of ourselves. So by getting to the root of a problem, that's where we really propel forward in a big way. So guys, I just wanted to talk about, I've just made some notes down here so you might see me looking down. I wanted to talk about shortly, I won't go into too much great detail on each of these, but just to give you the ideas and to plant the seeds in your head. So the gut-brain link is essential to think about when we have anxiety. You know, our gut is, you may have heard this before, it's widely spoken about. Our gut is linked to our brain, so anything that is going on our gut, we will feel it mentally. You know, you can heal depression, you can heal anxiety, you can heal stress, you can heal all kinds, you know, an array of, to be honest, you can heal most health conditions by healing the gut. That is where, if you've not addressed your gut and what you're putting in your body and you're dealing with anxiety, address your gut. Look at what you're putting in your body. You know, are you eating lots of inflammatory foods? Are you eating lots of meat, dairy? Are you having lots of alcohol? Are you having lots of white flour? I would say those are the four main things that aggravate our bodies so much. And if you're having any of these things on a regular basis, then that's something really to address. And also, you know, in terms of detox, like, you know, this word is thrown around so much, obviously, but, you know, to detox safely and thoroughly, that is where we see huge shifts, guys. And really, detox can be so simple. It's about stripping everything away, you know, coming back to the basics. You know, when we were like our ancestors, you know, thousands of years ago, it was very simple, it was very plain. You know, you can do sort of fasting where you just eat one thing, one staple, and that just gives your body the time and space to just breathe. You know, and that's so important for our bodies because we're constantly putting something in there. Sometimes we're not even aware of what we're putting in our mouth, you know, and the body is so innate and so complex. It needs time to breathe. It needs time to recalibrate. So really a detox can be so simple. I do regular fruit cleanses, and that is one thing that I 2-3 years ago, when I had a bit of a mental breakdown, I had to change my entire lifestyle. And nutrition was you know, number one, really. So, you know, I stripped everything back and just going to fruit to have a complete cleanse, you know, and that, it resets your body. It resets your body. It's not something you know, I mean, some people are fruitarians and you can live like that, but it does depend as well a lot on climate, I think. You know, if you're going to be a fruitarian. But anyway, guys, it's really down to you to seek the right support there, the professional support, and seek what resonates with you. But fruit cleanses are so powerful, and also long dry fasting to just give your body the reset that it needs to clear out. You know, even by doing a fruit cleanse, you don't necessarily have to do enemas to see things like parasites and candida and things come out of you. You know, that stuff, it needs to come out. And also, I'll say one thing about parasites is they have their own, you know, they're a being. A parasite is a living thing, and in fact, you know, they have their own consciousness as they are a living thing. So you can find your thoughts changing and becoming very dark if you have a parasite inside of you. I've cleared them out. I know many people who have cleared out parasites, and they are a completely different person after doing it. So yeah, some of you may know lots about that, and like I said, seek the right professional support. I'm going to leave links below this video because because the healing that I've gone through, I've had professional support, and it's vital to get that specific support that really resonates with you, where you feel safe and you know, able to follow through the instructions, and to also have the ongoing support is essential. But yeah, so really coming back to anxiety, we have to address the gut. Everything happens in there. It's our cauldron, guys, and you know, it's our solar plexus. It's there, our power center. You know, it's close to our womb. It's it's in between our womb and our heart. It's a very sacred space. Everything happens here. So first things first, address your gut. We've spoken about, so that is getting to one of the roots, you know, getting to the core of our physical well-being, in turn that affects our mental well-being. And then I wanted to talk just about the breath for a moment. How important our breath is to bring us back to our center in such an instant way, you know. And if this is the one thing that you take away from this video, it is to do the 4-4-4 breath. So it's just about breathing in for 4, holding for 4, and breathing out for 4. And doing that when you feel a stage in your day, if you're feeling scattered or overwhelmed, just sit with yourself. Uncross your legs, put both feet on the floor, barefoot, left hand on your heart, right hand just below your belly button, and do that breath for as long as you need. And just tune into your center, tune into each chakra, and you can so quickly center yourself like that, as long as you're sort of shutting everything off around you and you're focusing on your breath. It's just so profound, and we have that power you know, to come back to this. And again, like dance, it's one of the quickest, it really is the quickest way to come back to your presence, to be present. You know, anxiety is all about us basically having a lack of trust in our flow of what's happening in our life. You know, you're running away with your thoughts, you're going too far into the future, and you're not trusting the flow. You know, we all have a plan in this life. The universe really does have our back. Sometimes we feel, you know, we're being faced with situations and we're like, why would this happen if the universe wants me to succeed? But it's the lesson. It's the lesson that you need to rise higher. So we always have to remember that, you know, anything bad that is happening, what can I learn from this situation? You know, we're only given situations that we can deal with. So yeah, it's really about coming back to that, you know, like, what is the lesson here, and trusting that, you know, you have everything you need within you to succeed, and you are being supported. But yeah, so the breath brings us back to that presence, and it brings us back to that trust that we hold a lot of power within us. So yeah, guys, so we've spoken about the gut-brain links, essential, our breath, and also another great way, quick way to come back to presence is focusing on our senses. So if you're having a freak out moment, you know, no matter where you are in life, what's happening, you can just remember your 5 senses. What can I see right now? And, you know, take note of that in your head. What can I see? What's in front of me? What can I smell? And tune into the smells. Hopefully they're nice smells. What can you hear? Tune into the sounds. What can you feel? You know, what can you feel, like touch something? And what can you taste? What can you taste? Hopefully, again, that's a nice taste in your mouth, or maybe not. But tuning into the 5 senses like that brings you right back to the present moment, which is where we always want to be as much as we can. Obviously, you know, we're all human, but if we can be in these places of center, you know, as much as we possibly can, as high a percentage as we possibly can, then we're doing good, you know. And if we slip, we slip. Ooh, there's no need to put that extra pressure on ourselves. It's just always remembering that we have these tools and we can empower ourselves to come back to them again and again and again. Then there's just 2 more things, guys, I wanted to talk about. Like, you know, getting to the root of our mental health and physical health, going to the gut, we want to get to the root of our emotional issues. And I've recently been having treatments with my amazing dear friend Mayira, and she has a quantum radionic table, and this table is absolutely incredible. It takes you back. You can go back to past lives, you can go back in the past, and, you know, not really, I've not gone into the future. It's just about healing that and coming back into the present. I recently had some healings, my second healing session over the weekend, and I had some huge shifts with the support of Mayira and her amazing table. And it took me back to a moment when I was 5 years old, and this thing that happened to me, I realised I had been holding so much guilt, so much shame, and a lack of self-love for myself because of what happened. And from having this information, I've now been empowering myself with specific affirmations to move forward, you know, the self-love that I needed back then. And it's so powerful, it's so profound. I feel very blessed, you know, to have such incredible people around me, and I'm going to leave the link below for Mayra, because if you are feeling like, you know, you're going through life and, you know, you get somewhere and then you fall back, you get somewhere and then you fall back, and you just don't feel like the thing inside of you has really been addressed, that is when I would say go to Mayra. And, you know, yeah, she's a friend, but as well it's like the transformation and the empowerment and the healing is, you just can't, it's like this is what it's all about, you know. And now I feel in such an amazing place to move forward with confidence. So yeah, guys, if you're really looking to get to the root of emotional issues, I would seek some powerful healing modality to really go back there. And if you feel safe to do so, if you feel like you are in a place to do so, of course it's all about you and your rhythm and how you deal with stuff. But as well, I think sometimes we need that extra little nudge and support and a new idea, you know, something that we've not heard of before. But just huge transformations, and we really are here to rise and move forward, you know, and just follow our dreams. It's what life is about. It really is what life is about. And then one last thing, just to talk about earthing, which I'll do a separate video on, and I'm going to leave a link with this below, but earthing for anxiety, for chronic illness, anxiety, stress, inflammation, all things that cause anxiety, that can cause a massive amount of anxiety, are to do with not being earthed as a human being. You know, we are nature dwellers. We need to have skin on earth contact, whether that's sand, water, earth, rocks, concrete, you know, marble, whatever you've got there, whichever part of the world you're in, grass. We need that contact. You know, this is how we came into the earth. We were barefoot. We were out in the elements. You know, it's that skin on earth contact is so essential, because especially now, so more than ever, you know, the amount of tech time we are having, our bodies are getting saturated with positive ions, and these positive ions our bodies aren't used to, they don't need, and you know, they don't do anything for us. So if you're going out every day and you're having maybe 10 minutes on the ground barefoot, it's obviously amazing to be outside, but we need bare feet, we need that contact, because you know, we're electrical beings, and the earth holds the electric, you know, these electric currents, you know, it's all scientifically proven. We need that contact to recalibrate. So if you're not having that time each day, but you're having so much tech use, all these ions are just building up and up, guys. And this is where inflammation is created in the body, and we need to get that out. And just purely by having, you know, half an hour on earth every day is sort of like where you want to get to. But even if you can just get out and have that time, your body instantly goes into recalibration. You know, it instantly grounds. The negative ions work with the positive ions in your body, and your whole body rebalances. You recalibrate and you gain strength, you gain clarity, you de-stress, your anxiety levels go down because the inflammation levels are going down. It is so powerful. Now, if you're in cities and you don't have any green areas or really much, you know, some people live in such built up areas that there's not really much nature going on around. If you're in a situation like that, or in an environment like that, I really advise to get yourself some earthing products. I have an earthing sheet that I sleep on, and it is one of the most incredible things. I sleep like I have the deepest sleep. And it's just it's an absolutely incredible piece of equipment. And you know, when especially doing like earthing at night, like when we're sleeping, our body goes into recalibration anyway, but if we're earthing at the same time, then the healing benefits throughout the night are just incredible, you know. And yeah, you can also get earthing mats to put under when you're at your computer. If you put your bare feet on this mat, it will be taking the positive ions out of you as you're working. And there's various other bits of equipment, guys. I am going to leave links below, like I keep saying, but all these bits of equipment, bits of advice, bits of support are I hope going to really empower you, because we can get to the root of problems. We don't have to live in fear, we don't have to live with anxiety, we don't have to live with stress. You know, we can get through these times. There's so much out there to help us. It's just about being guided to that specific thing. And maybe, you know, a seed being planted and it's like, I've not tried that. So yeah, guys, that's maybe quite a lot of information, but I wanted to get this all out in one video because I feel sometimes we need that burst of information when something has been you know, going on for a long time. And I feel like what I've provided for you here is how to really go deep and really get to the root of it and support yourself through this, back to your true essence, which is pure divine vitality, love, light, and confidence and pure health. Okay, my loves, so I hope that's been helpful, and I will connect with you really soon. Stay true to you and trust we can heal from anything. We don't have to live in negative states or states that cause us distress. Okay, but my biggest love, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.